Okay, hey guys, real quick, Tyler over on EggsnBaconbits just put out a new Digimon video, so if you're interested in this video, you might be interested in that one too. Okay, bye.
Digimon, digital monsters. They are the champions. Starting with Season 1 real quick, we'll create a basic guideline just to catch everyone up. The Digimon is sort of like a pet that lives in a digital world, and they can become partners with children known as the Digidestined. Originally, there were like 7 Digidestined, but then maybe there was an 8th one, and we're getting ahead of ourselves here.
We're going to simplify this and bring up information on a need-to-know basis, alright? Okay, so let's look at this yellow guy, Agumon, as an example. Your basic Digimon has some baby forms we don't really need to know about, but they have 3 major forms we do need to look at. Those are Rookie, Champion, and Ultimate.
Agumon is a rookie-level Digimon, but he can evolve, or digivolve, into a champion form, which is much larger and more powerful. Through the power of a crest, which is tied to the human child-specific attribute, they can digivolve further into their ultimate form. In this case, Agumon is connected to his partner Tai and the attribute of courage. In this case, the champion form, Greymon, can digivolve into his ultimate form, Metal Greymon.
In addition, specific Digidestined can digivolve even further. For example, Agumon can warp digivolve past those forms into a powerful 4th form known as Mega. This one is War Greymon. War Greymon is basically an anomaly because he's a Mega form, and those are pretty rare for these kids. Usually only the main character can digivolve that far.
So why did I bring all that up before even talking about Veemon? Well, the first episode of Digimon Adventure 2 begins with Agumon being unable to digivolve. You see, an Emperor guy who becomes important later has created these cell phone towers that stop it from working, and is also enslaving the critters because he thinks he's playing Pokemon. Here's where we really get into it. An ancient egg is found marked with the symbol of courage, and when Tai and Agumon touches it, it sends a Digivice to a boy named Davis, and he uses it to enter the digital world. By removing the egg from the pedestal, Davis unlocks Veemon.
Veemon is an ancient Digimon from a long-forgotten time who can master ancient, long-forgotten digivolving techniques. These include Egg, so Veemon digivolves using the egg with the courage symbol, and you see all the forms of Agumon behind him. This sort of implies that all the journey Agumon went through now powers his armored digivolve form. As FlameDramon, he inherits all the strengths of Greymon, Metal Greymon, and War Greymon, but condensed down into a form that's somewhere between Champion and Ultimate. FlameDramon, the Fire of Courage, and we're in the first episode, so all of that information was completely necessary to explain the first episode of this season and the first digivolve form we see in it. That should tell you what we're in for.
Okay, so moving right along, Veemon and the other ancient rookie Digimon all seem to find eggs based on the previous season's attributes. Veemon gets another one based on friendship, which has the Gabumon through Metal Garurumon line, so he's clearly the main character. Veemon is stronger than the other ancient rookie Digimon, having both his armor forms based on digivolve lines with 4 forms each, while everyone else can only do 3. Or in the case of Agumon 1. That one was weird. We don't have time for that though, because the Emperor is attacking with his weird chimera monster.
The team stops him by finding a golden egg with a brand new symbol on it. This one is the Crest of Miracles, and it allows Veemon to golden armor digivolve, becoming stronger than a normal armor Digimon and allowing miraculous powers. So really quick, Digimon has this whole religious aspect to it that now seems like as good a time as any to bring up. You have Angel Digimon, Devil Digimon, Lady Devil Digimon, Angel Woman Digimon. Here's the thing, one of the Digimons is named Agumon, and he's one of the strongest champion level Digimons, but he can digivolve into Magnamon, and although he's ultimate level, he can defeat mega level Digimons. He's like a 4th grader that could beat up a 6th grader, right? Like he shouldn't be able to, but he's just that strong. Okay, here's the thing. His Japanese name was actually Holy Agumon, but it got censored in America and became Magna Agumon. This implies that the word holy should always get censored by the word Magna, the latter just being a filler word to make up for not being able to say the former. So when I say that Veemon's golden armor level form is called Magnamon, it should be clear that the writers originally wanted that to be a true Deus Ex Machina for this arc.
So the Emperor is defeated and we have this short filler arc. Davis is like, how come you can only evolve with eggs? And the other kids Digimon can evolve without eggs. And Veemon is like, I don't know, shrug, dab, because he's younger, I guess. So Davis and Veemon go on a wacky adventure with this turtle that's peeing all over the place, and anyway, Veemon digivolves into his champion form for the first time, Xv-mon. Xv-mon looks basically like a bigger Veemon, but you know who he looks a lot more like? V-Dramon.
Okay, going back even further than Season 1, we get to Digimon V Tamer manga. Manga? Yeah, fuck.
It's manga.
In this one, Tai, well, not the same Tai, raises a Digimon known as V-Dramon, and under the orders of Holy Agumon, eventually saved the digital world that one time. Remember? Yeah, that one time. V-Dramon was incredibly powerful and could only be raised by the strongest possible Digimon tamer. Additionally, XvMon is said to be a purebred version of V-Dramon, being potentially even more powerful.
So this other time, this spider lady was using these old cell phone towers to make evil Digimon to attack everyone, but then the Emperor, who is a good guy now, came to help out with his Kamen Rider Digimon, and Davis is all like, "No, I'm the main character," and they fight for a bit, but they accidentally create a brand new type of Digivolve. So, XvMon and Kamen Rider Stingmon can DNA Digivolve into PailDramon, which is considered a Jogress Ultimate level Digimon. Jogress means joint progress, where two champion level Digimon can work together to progress to the next stage. So, because they help each other to get to Ultimate level, this one is a Jogress Ultimate level. Compare this to Omnimon from the Digimon Movie, who is a Jogress Mega level Digimon.
Okay, where although both WarGreymon and MetalGarurumon are Mega level, they somehow combined and became more powerful while still being a Mega level. Remember this for later, it will get more complicated. So PailDramon turns out to be the first DNA Digivolve on the show, but soon the other kids follow suit, and everyone gets more powerful as the show progresses. Spider Lady uses 100 of those cell phone towers to create Black WarGreymon, a mega-level dark Digimon, who has identity crisis issues, and also just knocks everyone around like it's nothing. The kids have a plan to stop him, but it doesn't make sense or work out, so I'm skipping it. They talk to one of the gods from Digimon Tamers though, Azulongmon, god of the East. Azulongmon explains that blah 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 plot related things and gives the kids a Digicore. This Digicore allows the older Digimons from Season 1 to Digivolve again, as well as allowing PailDramon to Digivolve to Mega level.
PailDramon can now Digivolve to ImperialDramon, a large dragon-looking thing. Is it worth pointing out that the draw near the end of any Digimon's name is short for dragon? Maybe. ImperialDramon has incredible speed and strength, being able to carry the entire team on his back, a metaphor for the season as a whole, and then fly all around the real world for reasons I forget.
Black WarGreymon is still around, and he fights normal WarGreymon, but before that can happen, this walking plot hole named Daemon shows up. Daemon is part of this subplot that goes nowhere called the Dark Ocean, which was inspired by, and I swear I'm not making this up, the writers thinking H.P. Lovecraft was cool and not knowing how to incorporate it into the plot. Every time you hear Dark Ocean, you can feel free to skip to the next episode, because it is never important. Okay, so Daemon attacks and freezes ImperialDramon, and everyone decides that the best thing to do is to lend ImperialDramon their strength by de-digivolving, which turns ImperialDramon into a transformer.
So, form change. Just from a purely technical flowchart, and for the purposes of what it does, you would think it's a whole new level entirely, surpassing even Mega. Nope. It's like Omnimon, just a stronger form of Mega level. ImperialDramon Fighter Mode defeats Daemon, and we cut back to the WarGreymon versus Black WarGreymon fight.
Black WarGreymon somehow survives against ImperialDramon Fighter Mode and WarGreymon, and eventually sacrifices his own life to help seal up the barrier between the human world and the Digimon's world, which turned out to be a bad thing, so that sucks, I guess. This one creepy old guy, Oikawa, uses an early 2000s flash game on his laptop to reopen the barrier though, and jumps through with just a ton of little kids that he puts flowers inside to make them like the Digimon Emperor. I'm not gonna spoon feed the plot of Digimon 02 to you guys. Either you're paying attention or you're not.
It turns out Oikawa was secretly being controlled by Myotismon this whole time, which was that guy in Season 1 that was a metaphor for the devil. You know, when they had that whole 666 thing they couldn't censor out, and also the angels were there. Yeah, anyway, so he jumps out of Oikawa and, like, kicks him out of the way, and everyone lives happily ever after.
That seems weird, doesn't it? Okay, so what had happened was each of the kids and their Digimons are trapped in Lotus Eater scenarios of their best possible future. But one at a time, each of these dream bubbles are popped by a form of Veemon. FlameDramon, RaiDramon, XvMon. It turns out that they are in the dream world, and Davis dreamed of having every form of Veemon available at the same time.
Once out of the dream bubbles, the kids all start digivolving in a sequence that lasts 5 minutes and 1 second. I know that sounds like an exaggeration for effect, but I timed it. It lasts from 9:48 to 14:49 in my player. That's a literal quarter of the episode. Amazing. So the kids beat up Malamyotismon and Oikawa gets a Digimon partner and then dies, so that's weird.
Movie time! Let's all go to them. So the Digimon movie from 2001 was actually 3 different movies kind of stitched together, having a prequel to Season 1 and epilogue to Season 1 that had Omnimon versus Diaboromon, and then a segment in the middle of Season 2 that showed off the golden armor forms and had Terriermon, so it was kind of cool. The dub tried to stitch them together by saying that Lopmon was infected by the virus of Diaboromon, and that kind of fits, so you can count that as either canon or non-canon depending on your point of view. It just simply does not matter. These Digimon movies aired in select Japanese theaters and only lasted about 30 minutes or so, which is why in America they stitched 3 of them together. It didn't do well at the box office though, so it was unlikely they would ever finish dubbing these movies.
Imagine our surprise when the movie came out 4 years later in America with Season 4 music for some reason.
Digitize! Download! Digimon, Revenge of Diaboromon! Only a handful of heroes can stop him! In the ultimate battle to save the world! Keep your eyes peeled for Digimon, Revenge of Diaboromon! Coming this Friday at 7, 6 Central. On Toon Disney.
Digimon Revenge of Diaboromon showed the final section of the Season 2 plot, tying up the last few loose ends. Diaboromon is back, and this time he's using cell phones to create millions of baby Digimons to merge together to give himself more power. Omnimon tries to stop him again, but fails. ImperialDramon Fighter Mode isn't strong enough to do it either, and at this point Omnimon's arms just fall straight off his body. Sure.
The spirit of Omnimon, specifically the spirits of all these children's emails from around the Y2K age of the internet, the ability to bring Jagras' mega-level form change, is now imbued into ImperialDramon Fighter Mode, allowing him to change once again. Just look at this flowchart, it's so good.
It's one of them stops, and then the top one keeps going,
It just
and
keeps
then
on
the next one is even worse.
It's great. ImperialDramon Paladin Mode is the strongest Digimon to appear in the Digimon Adventure story arcs, and pierces the evil Digimon monster through the head with a sword in the same way Link does to Ganon at the end of every Zelda game. Note that all these forms are still v-mon though.
What do I mean when I say they're still v-mon? Well, have you heard of a little thing called DemiVeemon? DemiVeemon is Wormmon's ultimate level form in the same way PailDramon could be described as Veemon's ultimate level form. Although the purposes of DNA digivolving is to make joint progress, in the purposes of video games and card games, this was unfeasible. In addition, the other DNA digivolve forms had alternate ultimate level forms for Gatomon and Patamon, separate from their DNA digivolve forms. Remember those angels? In this way, the Jagras ultimate level forms the Season 2 Digimon can take the place of the normal ultimate level forms that Digimons would be able to attain otherwise. In this case, the Veemon and Wormmon natural evolution lines look like this.
I hate this.
Yo, same.
This is of course ignoring obvious things like the baby forms, which just makes the list longer for no reason. How strong is Veemon? Okay, stats time. As ImperialDramon Paladin Mode, Veemon has attained galaxy level power and can erase all of reality. His Omni Sword was able to vanquish Armageddon level threats. He has faster than light reaction speeds. He was able to traverse the globe in no time at all, and he has the combined strength of all of the Greymon and Garurumon evolution lines inside him fully unlocked. Being touched by Deus Ex Machina, being a chosen holy warrior of the light, being given the gifts from the gods, and then having the strength of 2 teams pushing him forward. Veemon has become one of the strongest Digimon of all time. Stats do not do him justice. No number could contain his power.
Veemon is immeasurable, incalculable, unfathomable. Veemon was there with the ancients and was there when it all ended. He is the beginning and the end. Veemon was always there. Now a word from Tyler.
Brian, why do you always make your videos so long?
Alright, you ready to read some comments from the previous thing? Brad, do you want to jump in? We're at the reading comments from the previous video part.
Okay.
Brian, how strong was Bedtime Bear?
He was pretty strong. He has the ability to knock a fucker out.
That's pretty fucking strong right there.
Okay.
EggsnBaconbits says, I don't like this.
I don't like this!
JC Batty put, if you were a bedtime bear, how would you feel or do? And I don't know what that means.
Ghost Tornado says, Who is a Freddy Krueger?
That's a good question. Brad, how strong was Veemon?
I don't know.
Okay, that's true. You didn't watch it yet.
You didn't watch this video, we literally just finished recording.
I
I
can't
don't
believe.
follow Pokemon fan fiction.
Why don't you ever read Digimons?
Because that's not the correct word, Brian.
I felt like that was the reason. I just wanted to be clear on it.
Yeah. No, it's like, I do see where you have the S on it, and my mouth just violently rejects saying the S. It will not let me do it. I've tried a couple times for comedic effect, it just won't let me.
I can only call them Digimons.